Hello. Good afternoon. This is Brian Williams, Superintendent of Buckeye Local Schools, and we're here today with some of our athletes and one of our coaches to talk about our soccer season. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Why don't we start over on my right, and why don't you speak up so they can hear us, but why don't you introduce yourself?
All right, I'm George Usinko, senior on the soccer team, captain. I'm with Dan on board.
Very good. Coach?
I'm Coach Collins, my first year here at Buckeye High School.
Very good.
I'm Dan Oswald. I'm a senior, and I'm captain on the soccer team.
All right, very good. Well, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it, you guys, and taking time out of your schedule today to spend a little bit of time with us. Coach, as you said, it's your first year this year, and first year teaching with us. Not your first year coaching soccer, first year here.
Correct. This is my first year here, teaching and coaching.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. This is my third year coaching either collegiately or at the high school level, and previously did a little stint at Case Western Reserve University, and then at North Royalton High School, and then now I am here at Buckeye, and hopefully for many years to come.
Yeah.
This is my fourth year teaching then as well, so I'm teaching at the high school where I teach U.S. history and then also world history.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And how has it been so far for you this year at Buckeye?
I keep telling the guys this, and I actually told them this earlier this week, that it's just a joy to come to practice every day. It's a joy to come to school every day. And to be a part of this community in this school and to have that satisfaction where you're actually happy where you teach and work, you really don't find that in a lot of places. So I keep telling them that it's actually fun to coach again, and it's fun to be with these guys.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. And I think sometimes when you spend a lot of time in one place, I think you kind of get into a position where you think, well, it's like this everywhere. But we are pretty lucky here. There are a lot of good things going on here.
Yeah, I can't speak more or enough about the boosters program, also the parents, and especially the kids. When I first came in, these kids were so receptive. Everyone was so receptive, helping me around the facilities, showing me where the equipment was, introducing names. And you really do not find that in a lot of places. And Buckeye is a special place.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I agree with you. George, welcome. You received, maybe didn't even know until we got here today, but sounds like you received an honor this week.
Yeah, Player of the Week, apparently. But, it was good. Good to hear about that. But above me is the team, first of all. And what I can do to help the team is most important. And can't do it without players behind me, for sure.
Well, the individual honors are nice, but like you said, at the end of the day, it's about team and helping the team win. And you're off to a great start. Yeah, Dan, what can you tell us about the season so far?
So far, well, with the addition of Coach Collins, last year we were more of a just kind of outrun teams, just be more physical, and that's kind of how we win games. And this year we switched our formation to a 4-2-3-1. And went with a more possession-oriented style, and that's really helped us grow as a team, and I think it helps us beat the better teams because we can play more of a game with them. So I think we're developing the freshmen a lot better this year, and we're really starting to come together, and we're hoping we can make a really deep run in the playoffs.
What is your record so far?
7-2.
7-2?
7-2.
Wow, that's a great record.
Yeah.
Have you gotten into league play at this point?
Yeah. We're 4-1. I want to say in conference play right now. We had one tough game that we dropped, and we're hoping to see them again in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and hopefully we'll get
again and return the favor.
Yeah, I think we're a better team, so we can get them.
So, George, when you talk about team goals, do you guys talk about team goals? I mean, what do you expect out of this team this year?
First of all, we'd like to do win pack again, and that's going to be a challenge getting deeper into the season. And on top of that, playoffs. We have a soccer program that hasn't made it out of the second round of playoffs ever.
I don't think so.
I don't think ever. And we would really like to do that, not just for us personally, but for the school itself. So we'd like to make a deep run. Another one of our goals was to come together as a team and just be that team. Be there for each other, be there for the players, coaches, fans, and represent Buckeye well. And another one was understanding our new formation. We changed over from traditional 4-4-2 to the 4-2-3-1, and we've adapted to it well, and we're really learning as a team, as a whole, and getting the younger guys in there is really helpful for future seasons to come, especially with Coach Collins running.
So how do you do that? I mean, as far as, and maybe less of an issue for you guys, I'm sure your coach is very interested in building a program that can last for a long time. So you guys as leaders, as veterans on this team, how do you help to encourage the younger players to continue to work hard and get better, not only for this year, but the future of the program?
Well, the big thing with us is we're about absolute no hazing on the team. Normally, most freshmen get, I don't even know, the short end of the stick and everything, have to pick up the balls at practice, seniors just pick on them, and I mean, that doesn't help confidence at all. I know when I was a freshman, all I wanted to do was just play well and earn my spot on the team. So basically, we just try and pick up all the freshmen after they make mistakes, and just them learning from us, watching us play, makes them into the better players, and we just have to praise those kids because they are at a vulnerable state right now, and picking them up is the only way you can really help them.
Sure. Well, and again, I think our atmosphere within our whole school district, I hope, is that we support each other. There's no bullying and no picking on each other. So I'm obviously very glad to hear that as an administrator, and I know your coach is happy to hear that. Coach, what do you expect out of this team? What do you think this team can go this year?
I expect a lot out of them. I even told that to them the first day. I expect that we're going to be a hard-working team. We're going to play with heart. We're going to play with energy. And combined with our skill on our team, we can actually make a far run into the playoffs. Most importantly, above all, regardless of wins or losses or record, I want these kids at the end of the day to learn and to have fun learning and learn the game of soccer. So if I can do that with them, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. And if we can have a winning record on top of that and even make a run into the playoffs, I'm elated. So basically, those are what I expect of the guys.
And it sounds like you're well on your way to doing that.
We are. It's a long journey. We've had a couple trips, if you will. But you know what? We rebounded, we picked ourselves back up, and we're on a winning streak right now, and we hope to continue that.
How about school-wise? And obviously, playing soccer is great, but you're here for academics and you're here to learn. Can you talk about the classes you guys are in and what kind of students are you guys?
Well, for us, me and George have pretty much been through high school almost together, it seems like. We always try to take the highest classes, and the soccer's always had, I would say, almost the most scholar athletes of any team. It seems like every kid is a scholar athlete on our team, and so we hold ourselves very highly in that aspect. So this year we're both in advanced calculus, advanced language arts. I'm in AP government this year. George is in advanced physics. So we're students first and then athletes second. So I can speak for both of us that we take our schoolwork very seriously, and we encourage the rest of our team to do that as well.
Well, it's guys like you that make us very proud, obviously. George, do you have thoughts beyond high school? What would you like to do?
I recently applied to Akron, and I'm looking to be a mechanical engineer.
Wow.
So that's what I would like to do, and I'm going to chase that.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, and with your attitude, I'm sure you'll do that. How about you, Dan?
I've been looking to go into public relations. My dad's a public relations director at his company and has got to do a lot of cool things, and I like interacting with people. And I would like to go a fifth year in college and try to get a master's in business administration as well.
Well, good for you guys. Both of you sound like you really know what you want to do. That's great. And again, as superintendent, this is a question I like to ask sometimes. It's a loaded question, so I could get in trouble as I ask it. But do you believe Buckeye has helped to prepare you for life after high school? Do you feel prepared to go on to college and compete with kids from all over the state, academically and maybe athletically as well?
Absolutely. We have a bunch of great teachers at Buckeye, and they've prepared us not only test taking, but organizational skills, everything you need to know to be a good college student and progress yourself, and even helping other people along the way. So I definitely feel like I've benefited from going to Buckeye.
I would completely agree. I think the staff at Buckeye doesn't compare to any other school. I mean, it's fantastic. And the kids at Buckeye are just so welcoming, and the schoolwork I've progressed over my 4 years. When I came in as a freshman, I didn't know exactly what I was doing, and over the years my GPA has just increased and increased. They've helped me figure out a system of studying and taking tests, and I only have the highest words to say about it.
Well, that's wonderful. And again, from my standpoint, obviously, I'm thrilled to hear that. I agree with you. But I've been here 2 years, going on 3, and the 4 school district I've worked in, and I would agree with you. I mean, I am thoroughly impressed with our students, with our staff, our community. We're lucky to be here, and I think we have to remind ourselves of that. So, Coach, you mentioned something with regards to the support you receive. Standpoint of support from the school, from the parents, your booster club community. Do you feel like you're getting that support you need in order to be successful in and out of the classroom?
I do. Ever since I first took this job, I've had people from the community, not necessarily just only parents or from the boosters program, but also from the club and community program, to where we're coming up with ideas how to integrate the high school coaches into the youth program and to build the youth program. Because the youth program, if you come up here during the weeknights, these soccer fields are filled with a bunch of little kids running around playing soccer, having fun. And if we can integrate and help out the youth program and build the Buckeye soccer program from the bottom up, which you're seeing in a lot of communities, that will not only make Buckeye a great place to play, but it'll also make it a great place where we can win a lot of championships year after year. So if we can continue to do that, that would be awesome.
Do you see some talent at the youth level there? Or some
Yeah.
little kids that you're looking forward to coming up?
Yeah, actually the assistant principal, his son, he's a pretty good athlete. So he's only, in elementary school, but he can play with the higher guys,
Good. What about the rest of your team, Coach? Anybody else that you want to recognize? I know we can only bring 2 with us today, but anybody else that you want to recognize from that team? And again, it's about teams, so you hate to try to single anybody out, but...
Right. No, we have a lot of phenomenal student athletes on the team. And again, with everyone here, it is a team of everyone else. But as Danny and George highlighted earlier, that we do have a lot of young freshmen that have contributed and even fit into starting roles this year. But to point out a couple people, you also have a lot of leaders within the underclassmen, especially at the junior level, with Ryan Cobb, Ryan Grau. You do have those kids in Mitchell that can contribute not only on the field but also in the classroom. So helping those freshmen and those sophomores, assimilate with the high school level.
Where do you feel this program's going?
Up, and it's continuing to go up. So it's good. It's on the rise.
Great, George. Anything else that you feel like you wanted to say today, or anything in conclusion?
Just thank you for having us.
Well,
Pleasure.
thank you. I'm glad you guys could be here. Dan, anything?
Oh, actually, I did want to mention one more player, Jacob Nye, who's a junior this year, and Jacob came through as a freshman and sophomore, didn't really play much, and Coach gave him a shot to play, and a really big role this year as our other center mid, and Jacob's a good student, really, really good kid, and has come through for us a lot this year. He's a really solid player, so.
Good. Well, I appreciate you mentioning. Any other coaches that are helping you out that you want to mention?
Joe Nichols. He lives in the community. He's a graduate from Buckeye. He's helping us out as he's finishing up his college work. So whenever he can make it to practice, he's really contributed to that. And also with games. He's basically my go-to guy. Whenever I have a thought or an opinion, I'll always bounce it off to him, and he's right there supporting everything that we do. So he's a great help to have.
Well, again, I want to thank you guys for being here. You're obviously great examples of what Buckeye's all about. Good luck to you, Coach. We hope you're here for a long, long time, too.
Thanks.
And want to continue to see the soccer program do great things. So thank you very much for being here. This is Brian Williams. This has been Striving to be the Best. I want to thank our soccer team for being represented here today. We hope you tune in at a later time. I want to thank you for all your support of Buckeye Local Schools.